Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? You can unmute yourself unless there's noise in the background. You can unmute. I'll give it a minute in case there's any stragglers logging in and Charlotte, could you just remind Louise and Nick, just send them a quick text?
Sure.
Thanks. And I all right, I was looking for Lynn's face, but I realized she's probably still in the car, so I see her phone. You're outside somewhere, Alex. What are you doing?
You really want to see the 20-year-old job that I shouldn't be doing, right? Getting her done.
Yeah, they're done. What's up, Miss Liddy? You look like you're in your car. You always got different hats, Liddy. It's one thing I don't know if I've ever seen the same hat twice over the 20-something years I've known you. Hey, Lynn, I know you're on your phone. Can you hear us okay?
So, Bobby,
Yeah.
this is Liddy.
Hi, Liddy. No, I see
Um,
Lynn is on too. I'm just making sure Lynn can hear us too.
Okay, I'm trying to figure it out too. I'm sitting in my car.
You're good,
can-
though. I hear you. You
Okay.
don't need to see me. I just want you to hear what I got to say.
Okay, good. I'll stay here then.
So yeah,
Thanks,
don't
Bobby.
worry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're good, Lynn? Okay.
Yes.
Drive safe. Just listen. Don't worry about watching. I'm just going to talk.
Okay.
Charlotte, were you able to get them or no?
I sent the text. We'll see if they hop on. I sent the link again too.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead because you guys are all on time. You may need to update Louise and Nick, Charlotte,
Okay.
because that's your team. Okay.
Yes.
So I don't know if I've mentioned it to you guys before or I haven't, but for the last 6 months, I've been consulting with Rye Fry and some of his team on creating a fly-in called Vision Summit for LifeVantage at the corporate office. Okay. And the reason they asked April and I to participate is they knew for over 10 years in the old company, that's how we built our business with the doctors, with having them fly in, see a seminar, kind of entertain them a little bit, and then send them home. Okay. And, we did that for a long time. We made millions of dollars doing it. And we've dealt with how do you do this? How do you do that? What about this? What about that? After 10 years, you got to deal with it. So they wanted to create, and again, with LifeVantage, the instigator in this, or the person pushing and starting it, was Rye Fry, who just became Pro 10. Many of you saw when we were at Global. Okay. So what they're doing and what they've set up, and again, April and I have been involved with this since the beginning, is they've set up a fly-in weekend. Okay. For it's like half a day Friday, and half a day Saturday. So people could either drive in or fly in early Friday. Okay, and I can get the exact hours, but I believe starting time on Friday is like noontime. Okay, so it's half a day Friday. They stay over Friday night. You get an opportunity to take your guest to dinner or something. Okay, and then it's from 9 to 3 on Saturday. And it gets cut off at 3 for the folks that either need to drive or fly home and want to keep it to one night. Okay, so that's the reason why it winds up a little bit earlier. For those, you know, some stay over another night and wine and dine and hang with their people Saturday and just go home Sunday. Okay, others want to get back. And so anyway, it's been functional now for 3 months. Okay, they've been doing it for 3 months. They are doing it with the blessing and at the brand new corporate offices. Okay, so that's where it's being held. The new building, there's 3 or 4 hotels adjacent to it, across the street, next to it, and back of it. Okay, there's hotels everywhere. So once you get there, you can walk. Okay, that's the deal. You know, you can walk to the meeting. They've been providing lunch, and that costs $20. And what they've been doing is the distributors pay the $20 for the guest. Okay, there is no fee to attend. Okay, you're just covering lunch for yourself and your guest. Okay, there is no fee because corporate is not charging any fee. Okay, they're supporting it. And in most cases, Steve Fife, you got to listen to this. Steve Fife, Justin Rose, Kristen Cunningham, and Dr. Brian are either all or most of them are participating, and sometimes Kamal too. Okay. So here's the bottom line with it. The people behind it are obviously Rye started the whole idea, but Greg and Patty Palka, let's see, Marcy and Dondi Nettles, a lady named Lori Charette, another lady named Marcy. They're all elite distributors, and there's always a Pro 10 that is there. Okay, there's always somebody that, you know, a Pro 10 that is there. So the reason I want to share this with you is a couple things, okay? And I want to just be honest with you, okay? I want to give you another way besides what we're doing, another, you know, method of doing business besides just learning how to do things online or with social media. I just want to give you other options. With April and I, we're going to add it to our options. Okay. We are full tilt. And you know that with learning to create a system, an advertising campaign, social media, and doing everything online. But I also have time to spend with this. And this is more old school. Okay. This is the way we did things in the past, where you were, you know, kneecap to kneecap with people and, you know, doing business the old fashioned way, but with the leverage of the corporate executives and the corporate buildings supporting you. Okay. Everything is being done super professional. And I just want to give you a 90-day update. Okay. We started doing them 3 months back. The first meeting, 29 people participated. The second meeting, 55 people participated. Next weekend, 170 people are registered. And these are registrations. These are not verbal things. These people are registered and have plane tickets or hotel rooms, okay? So it doubled and then it tripled in size in 90 days. So one of the reasons I'm talking to all of you is, for the most part, I don't know you all equally, but I feel like I know you all well enough that you have the ability and the financial means to do business this way. Okay. You can certainly get yourself in on Friday with a guest, okay, or two or three or four, whatever it happens to be, okay, and get yourself back on Saturday, wherever home may be. And you have the time and you have the ability to do it. So it's every second Saturday of the month. The only months we're not doing it is when there's a big corporate event, either global or an elite academy. Okay. LVAs are every month. Okay. I'm talking about an elite academy. Like when we were in global, they announced, New Orleans, that has been changed to Orlando. Okay. Same dates, but it's Orlando now, which, by the way, you should all be there. Okay. Orlando in February is a nice place to visit. Okay. There's a lot of, Orlando's a good place in February. Okay. It's at the World Marriott, which is a beautiful facility. But, so there's one next weekend, there's one in December, and then we have January and March scheduled. So there's a couple things I want you to understand. I wouldn't have invited you on if I didn't think you should use it. Okay. I just wouldn't have sent you a text. Okay. One of the reasons I did is because this particular group is really struggling with social media and doing business online. Now, I'm hoping that changes, okay, and that you continue your pursuit to gain the knowledge and experience and learn how to do it. But I just feel like you need to have another way to do it besides, okay? So we have our launch Zooms every Wednesday that you can use. We have, obviously, April is just, pouring out constantly on how to do things with social media. And now we have these fly-in events on top of the corporate LVAs and other things. So it's another way. And I got to tell you, and most of you know me, and I'm pretty cautious. I'm not quick to endorse unproven things just because it's the flavor of the month. Okay, that me well enough to know that. And having been involved for 6 months, I had plans, me and April, for the end of this year, going into 6 months of next year, and we're altering those plans. Okay, where not only are we going to continue to consult, but come January and March, we will be participating. Okay, meaning we will be there. Okay, so what I'm encouraging you to do is, and see, Liddy, you have done this. Okay, Noel, you have done this. Lynn, you have done this. Alex, we're in the old company. You guys have done this. And when we were doing it with doctors, you may have been doing it with lay people, but it doesn't matter. You've done it this way. Okay. I want you to try to do it in November and December. Now, November is sold out. But if any of you want to go and want to bring a guest with you, and I would encourage you, if you're going, go with a guest. Don't go to just see what it's like. Screw that. Okay. Go there to make money and introduce a guest to the greatest business, there is. And come January, February, we'll be participating too. Okay. What I like most about it is they're not locked in. The people running it, and I'm not involved running, I'm consulting. Okay. I'll probably get involved more as I physically participate in person, but I didn't want to commit to that. Okay. But I know my area of expertise in doing something like this was high. Okay. We had made a lot of money doing this for a decade. Okay. So, I didn't mind consulting on it. I've developed a tremendous bond with Rye Fry and also with the Polkas and some of the others. So it was, and the Nettles. So all of that. But what I love is they're all different lines and you would never know who was in anyone's line. Man, I am so thrilled to have these people that are running this Fly-In Vision Summit, as business partners and as friends, okay? Because everybody's taking care of everybody. And one of the reasons I'm talking to you is because I won't be there this year, okay? Well, I'll be there come January, and hopefully it'll be me and April both the times we go, but it'll certainly at least be one of us. But I'm encouraging you to participate in it because you will be taken care of like you're a king or a queen while you're there because you're on our team and we've been contributing for 6 months and we've asked for nothing in return. Okay. We wanted to see if it would be a tool that we would endorse for our team to be using. And the other reason I'm talking to you guys, it's easy for you to get there than it is for the East Coast to get there. Okay. It's much easier flight or drive from where you are to Salt Lake City than from where I am. Okay. To Salt Lake City. It's just, you know, it's 5.5, 6 hours for me if I can get a direct flight, and there aren't many options on direct flights coming from the East Coast to Salt Lake City. I've been looking for months. Okay. There's just, Delta's got one a day, Southwest got one a day, but the hours stink. Okay. I mean, they're just crappy hours that they do it. So, you know, I will get you all the details on it, but they have done things as or more professional than corporate. Okay. And corporate is so pleased with what is going on with the growth. I don't know what the closing rate will be next weekend with 170 people there. Okay. But the closing rate for the first 2 months was 100%. 100%. Every single guest that attended the first 2 months joined. Okay. No customers, everybody joined as a distributor. Okay. So, you know, you can't keep batting 1,000. The law of averages is going to catch up to you as the numbers get bigger. But I am really, really interested to see what the numbers are from 170. I know this. It's been done so professionally with so much success that the red carpet program that Taylor Worry kind of heads up, they're using that weekend now for red carpets for when other people from other companies are considering switching companies. Okay, so instead of just what they would normally do at red carpets is, and they offered to do it, you know, with me in April when we were coming over, I just didn't have a need to see a building. A building didn't matter to me. I knew what questions to ask. It didn't matter to me if the building was pretty or not. Okay, but what they do is they fly people in to, you know, I not necessarily wine them and dine them, but to show them the team that's backing them. And now that big, beautiful new building is really, really attractive, you know? So they're even bringing red carpets in now on that particular weekend. And I know that Steve Fife has told Justin and Kristen that look out on the calendar for those second weekends of every month and make sure that there is a team available to support what is going on with that event. And 170 to 200 is going to be the max with how many we can get in the building for corporate. But we have contracts lined up with the 2 hotels adjacent to it when we need to go to 300 or 400, which we're figuring might be January. Okay, so I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to endorse it with you. I want you to know April and I are 100% behind it. And I want you to consider it and use it as an option moving forward. Okay. And, you know, a lot of you have done business that way in the past. Some of you, it may be new way of doing business, but to me, it's the perfect blend of the old way and the new way. Okay. You have both options. You know, we're pushing forward with a lead generation system, social media, you know, Facebook, we're pushing forward with all that, but this is a way of doing it old school and a very inexpensive way. And I'm not saying an airplane ticket doesn't cost some money, but I'm just saying, like Alex, I know you got family in the area. If you didn't want to pay for a hotel room, you wouldn't need to, you know? So it's another option that we 100% endorse. And what I will do over the course of the weekend, if not tonight, but over the course of the weekend, just I'm on a thread with them on a WhatsApp thread, and I get all the details of everything over to you so you can be monitoring things yourself. Okay, and know what's going on. But does anyone have any questions? Charlotte, I want you to pass that along. Okay, the other one that was supposed to be here was Trish. I'll take care of her. Anyone got any questions on anything that, that I said or suggested or, and we're open, just talk, man. If you got it, if you're thinking it, everybody's thinking it. So
Bob, I have a question. So we're not worried about the capacity. It's going to rise, or we're not going to the
oh, the
200.
capacity is going to rise. There's no doubt about it.
No, we're not.
And the beauty of it is if we do have to move into the hotel because we need 300 or 400, we will still be doing corporate tours as part of the weekend. So they'll get to see the corporate anyway. We're considering another option, but nobody really liked it. Corporate's got 4 or 5 rooms that would work where you could be using a live feed in every room. Say have the big meeting room and then have other rooms. But there's a lot of energy from having people in one room. Okay. And everybody kind of agreed we'd really want to keep people in one room. And there's, when you have problems, there's good problems and there's bad problems. And having to grow to 300, 400, 500 is a good problem. Okay. That's not a bad problem. So the fact that the hotels are practically touching the building and they're the ones we will be using and probably in the same hotel where we'll be sleeping, that's all good. So.
Good.
Bobby, is this a doctor's meeting?
No, but a lot of doctors are doing it. This is for everybody. Okay. This is for, everybody. The company don't have a doctor's program and honestly, they never will. Okay. We've already explored that and that ship has sailed. Okay. The doctors thing is over. They're not self-employed anymore. They don't make business decisions anymore. They don't control money anymore. They're in large groups. They work for insurance companies, large management companies or hospitals. It's not like it was 20 years ago when they were processing money at the counter in their own office. That ship sailed already. So, we can't duplicate what we did and we can't live in the past, but there's so many doctors in the business, there's so many participating in these meetings that it's not necessary. There's enough of it around and there's enough science and there's enough studies on PubMed that we don't need what we needed to overcome the truck driver housewife owners of the old company. Okay. We had to have the physicians in the room and do the things that we did because we didn't have the science backing that we have here at LifeVantage. So the whole industry in medicine, and the industry changing dentistry too. It's not just medicine, it's everything. And, so I would never hesitate having, whether it be a chiropractor, a dentist, a brain surgeon, I don't care. I would never hesitate bringing one to any corporate event or these fly-ins because the room will have plenty of credibility in it.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Who else? Liddy, you got anything on your mind? I know you participated in the past with what we did.
No, I'm loving this, Bobby. This sounds so amazing to me. So I'm ready.
Well, this is what for the people I'm talking to, this is right up your alley, man.
It is. Yes.
And how protective April and I are of you. Just know our instincts. We're like lions with their cubs. You know what I mean? We are 100% behind this. And the only reason that I accepted consulting, because, I needed to do more Zooms, like I need a hole in the head. You know what I mean? It's like, but I was so curious when it was presented to me. And I saw an opportunity to create a bunch of new relationships with other leadership that we didn't have. Okay. And to see what was going on. And I'm telling you, corporate is all in, man. The results are the results. Okay. And they're getting the results. And I'll tell you, if you ever get a chance, if you don't already know, if you ever get a chance to spend some time with Michelle Scaff, okay, with Marcy and Dondi Nettles, I don't know that you'd find a more godly couple than them. I'm not belittling anybody. Liddy's right at the top of the podium, with godliness. Okay. But I'm telling you, they're special people. Rye Fry is blessed with some skills that I don't know I've ever met in another person before. Okay. He's been blessed with some special talent. Okay. And he's a good dude.
Mhm.
He just wants things to be bigger and better for everybody. Okay. And I'll tell you honestly, and I don't want to get into, kind of behind the scenes stuff, but he just got tired of arguing, fussing and fighting with the old leadership, that he's just decided that it was just time that there were other options available to people that wanted to build a business, that didn't want to fight with the old original leadership in the company, that didn't want to make any changes or do anything different. And the one thing I like about Rye is he's known Justin Rose for over 20 years. And they spent a lot of that time together with New Skin when New Skin was new, and not new, but in the newer days when they were going through massive growth. And the massive growth at New Skin happened because of their fly-ins. And they said every month at New Skin, their fly-ins were doubling in size every month, to the point where they had fly-ins where 2,000 or 3,000 people were coming in for a fly-in. So, obviously that caught my attention. Okay. And they were doing it with all kinds of people, where April and I were just doing it with doctors. Now, granted, we were doing $40,000, $200,000 and $400,000 deals, and they were playing with $5,000 numbers, but still, that's large numbers of people, no matter how you slice it, So Rye's a good dude, man. I've gotten to know him, and he's good people, and everybody involved, okay, has been really, really good. Corporate is loving it. Steve Fife is in love with it. So we're on board, and, we're adjusting what we were planning on doing the beginning of next year to include it. Okay. And if we can't both go, at least one of us will be there. But I don't want you to wait until January or March. Obviously, February, everyone's going to Orlando. Okay. But that's why it's January and March. But
January, March.
So Bobby, I have one question.
sure.
So where do we get the information to start? I won't be going in November, but
I'm gonna get it all to you. I wanted to talk to you first, but I'm gonna forward
Okay.
everything to you and make sure that
Okay,
you
good.
have. So I'm gonna
Okay.
keep this link as a fly-in link. And as
Okay.
people are interested in learning more, I'll add them to the link. Okay, so
Okay,
if you have teammates that are interested in participating, we'll add them to the link. But we're gonna keep this link right here as our fly-in. They call it the Vision Summit Fly-In. Okay, that's the name, Vision
Okay.
Summit Fly-In.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, but no, if it's not later today, Liddy, before the weekend's over, you'll have all the details.
That's okay. I have no Wi-Fi at home, so mine probably won't be ready until Monday anyway. So that's why I'm in the
Liddy,
car.
you need to pay the cable people, or they turn the Wi-Fi off.
No, it was my daughter that was here for 2 weeks, and when somebody come and they change everything around in your office, I told you. So everything blew out in there last night.
Is
So
that what happened?
yes.
Hey,
So
when that
now
happens.
I have, yeah, it's okay though. That's okay. I'm glad I know how to work the phone.
I was
I'm
gonna
so proud of
say, you
myself.
got the data plan on your phone is always a backup system, so.
Yes, yes.
So what do you
I'm
guys think? Are you glad to have a new tool in the arsenal? Is
I'm-
that?
I am 100% in, Bobby. I am. I love it.
This is, I could see, especially the way you all like to socialize and hang with your friends and stuff like that. Again, so this is very similar to old days Dallas stuff that we,
Yes.
that we
Yeah.
did. And it's, we have another option now. And I just want you to know, April and I fully trust it. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they feel indebted to us because of the advice that we've been providing for 6 months. And I would be very, very comfortable with any of you being there with guests, knowing they would just pamper you because they'd be looking to take care of us. And they would they know taking good care of you would be taking care of us. Okay, so I love the family atmosphere. I love the way they're looking out for each other. I love the way everybody put their egos on a shelf and everybody's just being real and not being pompous in any way. And you know, and part of it is, you know, they just want to show the old leadership that we can build it bigger, better, and faster than you can.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, hey, you know, what are you gonna do? That's just, there's always a little motivation. You know? It's like, so it's,
Hey,
yeah,
Bobby.
especially it's, you know, Rye Fry is, like I said, he's a good, real, down to earth, godly person, but he has got a competitive streak in him. Like, and you can't get elite or be pro 10 unless you have a little competitive streak in you, you know? So yeah, he's just looking for the day where maybe he could drop a line like "I told you so" somewhere. So
Nice.
Hey, Bobby, I have a question.
yeah, Pat.
Can we send just guests if we don't go?
I believe you absolutely can. Yeah, you
Okay.
just, but what you would do, because guests are 100% free, obviously they'd have to take care of the hotel room or whatever, is just cover their lunch. They don't want the guests to have to get involved with any money or anything like that. We're not getting charged any money. Now, if we have to go to the hotel, the room's going to need to be paid for, the meeting room, but because we'll be taking sleeping rooms too, we feel we can keep the meeting room cost pretty minimal compared to if you were just renting a meeting room and not sleep rooms. Okay. And I've dealt with lots of hotels over the years, and sometimes you guarantee a certain number of sleeping rooms and they'll close to give you the meeting room, you know, if you got. So anyway, but right now, the food is the only cost, and they want the guests to have a great experience, just like we did with the doctors and stuff. You know how with Friday night we kind of did the wine and cheese hors d'oeuvre thing, then class all day Saturday, but we took that lunch break, you know, and a lot of times, you know, on Sunday, if it was football season, we took them to Cowboy Stadium to watch the game because we had the suite, you know, the company had the suite at stadium. So, you know, we were playing with bigger numbers than, you know, $1,000 elite packages that we are now, but we also didn't have a subscription business that is like the greatest invention I've ever seen in my life. Okay. I mean, I take a subscription business over a round table order anytime because the subscriptions just keep going for months and years and years and years. And, you know, so, but anyway, we just want you to know we're supporting it. We're consulting, we're involved, and we're going to be participating come next year. And in the meantime, you know, I will definitely get clearance on that, Pat, but I absolutely, believe you can send guests, okay, without you being there. And one thing I would encourage, okay, is if somebody is sending a guest and somebody from this group is going, that you meet the guest and let them hang out with you or sit with you, and we do that for each other, okay, whenever we're there. If Lydia and Noelle are there and Pat can't be there, well, you know, maybe they'll sit with you. And next time when Pat or Charlotte is there, guests will sit with them, you know, and nobody feels like they're there by themselves, you know.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
And
teamwork.
obviously when April and I are there, obviously we're part of that equation. They sit with us too, whatever, you know.
Okay,
Okay.
Right.
Sound good?
perfect.
So
I love
please
it.
pass it along to your teams. All forwardable material that has been going across, you know, my desk for the last 6 months, I'll start forwarding to you, and reach out, you know, with questions. But like I said, I've been wanting to tell you this. I had maybe I'd mentioned it once or twice, but I really wanted to lay it out for you, and you got it now.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you, Bobby.
Let you
Appreciate
guys
it.
get back to, I know you're
Sounds
on the other
great.
coast, so I'll let you get back to your day, and have a great weekend. Call if you
Okay,
need anything,
thanks.
okay?
All
Bye-bye.
righty.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.